What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Code From Low podcast. I'm your host, Kobe Cole, bringing you episode 13. Sorry for this episode being a little later. We had some technical difficulty, but it's all good, though. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I've been seeing y'all in the comment section. I'm trying to respond to every single comment, so make sure y'all keep on commenting. Make sure y'all follow all the social medias at Instagram, TikTok, at Code From the Low. But getting into today's episode, right? Starting off with Team USA. So, Team USA played Australia. And that game was a little closer than it should have been. I know Team USA still getting the groove, still getting team chemistry. They won. It was 98-92, but it was still close, and it had a lot of fans concerned, like, this team is so stacked, it's so loaded. Why are we so close with a team like Australia? And I've seen some comments saying Australia's like the second best team in the Olympics or in the tournament. But still, for us to be so loaded and so stacked with Bron, Curry, KD, yeah, they on the older side. We still got some young stars, JT, Anthony Edwards. But to be so loaded and so close, I see why fans are a little bit concerned. And a lot of fans are concerned with Steve Kerr coaching, but we're going to get into that later in the episode or later in this topic. So the starting lineup for Team USA versus Australia, the final score was 98-92. The starting lineup was Curry, LeBron, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, and Jason Tatum. Curry only had one bucket this game, and it was 3 points. But a lot of attention was brought to Curry. Every time the ball was passed and Curry was a little bit open and they faked the pass to Curry, Curry had 2 to 3 defenders swarming him, get on him. Even when he went to the paint, went back outside to the corner, even the bigs were about Curry getting any type of three off. So that's a good thing for us because it allows the other players, like I said, this team being so loaded and stacked, it allows the other player to get shots off, create shots, because everybody on this team can shoot, can make a play, can get to the basket in some type of way. And one thing that I was very impressed with Team USA, the passing looked great. The team chemistry is coming together because they was passing the ball almost on every possession. Everybody touched the ball. And even on some possessions like Jason Tatum, he was doing the most. He'll get the ball, stop all passing, drive to the paint, but then he wouldn't take like a dumb shot. He'll kick it out to Curry or Anthony Edwards and LeBron. They'll take a shot or they'll pass and make a shot for somebody else. So I'm good. I'm glad that I seen that come off from Team USA, and the team chemistry is getting way better. The points, like I said, Curry only had one bucket. LeBron with 10, Anthony Edwards 14, Joel Embiid 10, and Jason Tatum had 7. Anthony Davis had 17 points, 14 rebounds. Devin Booker had 16 points. So with this team being like the way it is, everybody doesn't have to score, but it's good seeing like players like that, like Devin Booker on their teams, they can drop 30 bombs. But them getting points like that and getting the ball, even though they're not in the starting lineup, like coming off the bench, that's good to see they getting them type of points and them type of baskets up because it can show we can beat any team. And like I said, it was concerning that this game was as close, but it's not concerning because like we're not into the real Olympics yet. So until I think we get in there with a real starting lineup, then we'll start taking it more serious, more points getting up on the board, we blowing teams out. Like I said, I need them to win gold and blow teams out so I can prove they're better than the Redeem team and the Dream team. But if they keep playing like this, when the actual games start, it's going to be way more concerning. But I believe it get better as it goes. A big question was, who will be the leading scorer? I still don't know because everybody pretty much touching the ball and everybody's scoring. Kevin Durant and Derek White did not play this game. I don't think Kevin Durant has played the last game either. And Derek White just joined the team with Kawhi withdrawing from the team. And like I said, leading scorer, the way they playing Curry right now, I don't think he will be leading scorer. I don't think LeBron is looking to score. Kevin Durant has not played yet. As of right now, the way the Ants are playing, Anthony Davis and Anthony Edwards, the way the Ants are playing, that one of them might be the leading scorer. Also depends on who start because they get way more play time. Depending on that, I think one of them will get like way more points than everybody else because Anthony Davis, he had 17 points with 14 rebounds. Anthony Edwards, he had 14 points. They are touching the they are touching the ball a lot. My stepdad's behind the camera making faces, so yeah, they are touching the ball a lot. So with them being the way they are, and especially if they especially if they start to start and becoming that starting lineup, I believe that they would be one of the leading scorers for Team USA. Them Ants are balling. But like I said earlier in the episode, Steve Kerr, a lot of fans was concerned with Steve Kerr coaching. And okay, this might be a hot take. Is Steve Kerr a good coach? Yes. Is he a great coach? That's debatable. And this is not just for Steve Kerr. I believe this about a lot of coaches. But I think Steve Kerr is a good coach led by great players. Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, they got them the 4 rings. Is he a good coach? Yes. But when it comes to being great coaching and when the Warriors like this past season wasn't winning, do he develop young players? That's questionable. Jonathan Kuminga, he got frustrated. Jordan Poole, even though a lot of people put a lot of blame on Jordan Poole, you can see the progress of him in the Warriors. He got shipped off. I believe the same thing will eventually happen with Brandon Podjeski. He doesn't develop young players good enough to say, is he a great coach? Also, another thing is with Steve Kerr, when times get hard, he will sometimes put the blame on other coaches. Darvin Ham for the Lakers, he did the same thing. But I do believe he's a good coach. Would I put some other coaches above him? Yes. In my opinion, Ty Lue. With Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron, Kyrie Irving. You could say then he was led by great players. He got to the Clippers, and yes, the Clippers' success is not that big because players do get injured. But with Ty Lue, he got them to win. He got 4 star players to work with each other. He moved Russ to the bench. He had Harden starting. If Kawhi can stay healthy, Paul George stay healthy, that team could win somewhere. Now we get to see Ty Lue a little more because he got his 3 stars still. Paul George did leave, go to the Philadelphia 76ers. But it's to a point where is Steve Kerr a great coach or is he a good coach led by great players and make him look good? Same thing goes into with NFL. I believe a lot of them coaches are led by great players. I say Nick Saban is better than Bill Belichick because Bill Belichick was led by Tom Brady for multiple years. Now, yes, that could be debatable by multiple occasions, but with Nick Saban, he gets new players. Stepdad said, nah. But he gets new players almost every year and kept going to the national championship and made a standard at Bama. But all that can be debatable. That's going a little bit off topic. We get into that another day or another conversation. Going back into Team USA. For the second half, it was AD, D-Book, Holiday, Bam, and Tyrese Halliburton. Holiday has been playing good. He's a great fit for this Team USA team. He's like the role player in all these stars, and he fits the team so well being at that point guard position when everybody else is busy or they bring all the other team bring all their attention to the other star players. Holiday's making threes, making plays. I like Holiday for this team a lot. That's pretty much all we got on for Team USA. Like I said, I think as long as they win gold and start to blow teams out, they will be better than the Redeem Team and the Dream Team. But if they keep having close games, especially against teams like Australia, Josh Giddey did play for Australia team, it becomes a little more debatable of which of them big 3 is the best teams. But they keep playing like this, star talent and power-wise, I think they got it. But other teams do have Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and teams like that. But it's all debatable. And
Magic, Charles Gordon, Patrick.
Cool. Kevin Durant, LeBron James. Kevin Durant, one of the best scorers. LeBron James, arguably the GOAT. Curry, the best shooter of all time. Like, come on, like that's going. Like you're going team with scoring. Like
I'm going all-time greats.
Okay, are these not all-time greats?
I'm just saying, Magic and Bird, right?
Cool, Bron and KD.
Hold on, Magic and Bird, their legacy. When you go legacy, they were the one that actually built the NBA off of it.
Okay.
Coming out of the '70s into the '80s.
I don't know if y'all can hear him, but he said Magic Bird built the NBA coming up the 70s and 80s.
Then you had Jordan.
Jordan, okay.
Single player, okay. That's three. That's three all-time greats.
Mm-hmm.
Barkley. During the Jordan era, if there wasn't a Jordan, Barkley and Drexler would arguably been the two top players in the league.
So let me ask you a question, right? I'm gonna shoot you these players. You tell me who would you rather want, Bron or Jordan?
I'm gonna go Jordan. I'm that.
KD, Barkley.
Two different positions.
KD or Barkley?
KD.
KD or Bird?
Bird.
Curry or Magic?
Magic.
It's that old head talking. That's the old head. That's the old head talking, man. It's the old. I mean, I do agree. I think Magic is the greatest point. I think Magic is the greatest point guard of all time because I don't consider Curry a point guard. I consider Curry a two that plays in the point guard position because of defensive liability.
Okay.
But if we look at this, I wish they'd make a name for this team already. Look at this 2024 squad.
Okay, let's do this. Let's take Bron, Curry, and KD off, and I'll take Magic, Bird, and Jordan out.
Okay.
Go.
So everybody else on this team USA?
Yeah, go. Yeah.
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker. I still got Barkley. Oh no, I'll go Drexler.
Anthony Davis.
I got Barkley. Oh no. Oh, you want that's your big man. That's your center.
Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid.
Or those okay.
That's my four. Are we doing a lineup or are we just naming the rest of the team?
I mean, okay. I'm just whatever name you put, I'm putting the matchup that I can put against them.
Okay, Joel Embiid.
Ewing.
Anthony Davis.
Robinson.
You do realize all those can beat out each other or potential is way higher.
I know, but keep going. Keep going.
Who have you got? Bam Adebayo. You probably can match up somebody with him easy.
I still got Karl Malone.
Jason Tatum.
What I'm trying to say is Dream Team 1 is a deeper roster. Just in all-time greats. These guys,
Because they're all-time greats. But this 2024 squad, potential. Anthony Edwards.
potential's different.
But yes, that's the thing, though. We got 3 champions on this team right now.
You know how much rings was on that Dream Team?
And you know how many rings is going to come from this team?
You keep saying fin to come.
Because you're matching all-time greats. Potential-wise and the way in this day and age, how they...
What I'm saying is I'm taking...
I really hope y'all can hear him because the mic over here.
Resume versus the resume of the time of the teams. Follow? Now, you may be able to tell me...
So are you taking resume as in when they was playing, are you taking their resume right now or their all-time resume?
Their resume at the time they were playing.
Okay, cool.
So...
Oh, then yeah, I'm definitely taking this team. Oh, yeah. Yes. 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 Prime for prime, I'm definitely taking this team. With the 3 and with the resume as it right. Mind you, especially if you're taking the resume right now, that team old. Larry Bird really was like, man, I don't know if I want to come back. Hey, I'm old. Prime. Now, career-wise, Larry Bird over Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, he's not legendary. And that's a conversation for another day. But going head-to-head, KD, Bron, and Curry versus Magic, Jordan, yeah, I'm taking that. The liability is Curry and Magic.
What you would look at is, you keep forgetting you had prime Karl Malone and prime Barkley running around too.
Cool. And Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid.
Just so you know, the Dream Team, the original Dream Team, you know who considered who was the best player when they was that year?
Who was the best player in the original Dream Team?
Barkley was. But
cool.
Jordan's the best player.
Cool. Barkley's not matching up with none of my 2024 guys. Like, come on. Barkley's not matching up with my 2024 guys. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm sorry to tell you that. That might be the younger than me talking, but Barkley's not matching up with none of my 2024 guys. Getting into the NBA side of things, I want to talk about playoff contenders, championship contenders, and like, especially in the East, the West, loaded, deep. It's starting to be a little more even out, and the East is coming a little more competitive. But like especially in the East, I want to talk about minus the Boston Celtics, the Philadelphia 76ers now got Paul George, the New York Knicks, Mikal Bridges, and we still got the Bucks. Now, my thing is with them three, all of them are championship contender teams. They got to beat Boston or go through Boston, but they're all championship contender teams. My thing is fighting for that 2 spot. Bucks to me are number 4. Their defense is sketchy. The coaching is still sketchy. They still got to figure out things between Damian Lillard and Giannis. So who's going to be the big time player? Who's going to take that last shot? They still trying to figure that out. I don't think the team chemistry is there with Brook Lopez and Damian Lillard. I think it's like a little inside beef inside the locker room going on right there. But the Bucks, like to me right now, therefore they got things to figure out before I consider them top 3. The biggest thing is who's number 2, the Philadelphia 76ers or the New York Knicks. Now starting off with Philly, I like the big 3. The big 3 go with each other very well. Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George. Now, Paul George to me is like the third option now, even though I love Paul George, one of my top 5 favorite players of all time. But the thing is, with Tyrese Maxey, him being on that team, it's kind of his team when Joel Embiid goes out. When Joel Embiid is healthy, gets the good minutes, and playing to MVP caliber, that's his team. He's 1, Tyrese 2, Paul George is 3. They got a good bench. Caleb Martin, they just signed them. I believe, was it Andre Drummond? I think it was Andre Drummond coming off the big for them also. Jared McCain, Aaron Gordon. They still got Kelly Oubre Jr. But the thing is, when it comes like them being deep and the New York Knicks are deep also. Like the thing is with Philly, like I said, I'm cool with the big 3, but it's the other 2 spots with their bench. Jared McCain, Aaron Gordon, Caleb Martin, who's going to fill in for that 2 spot. Kelly Oubre Jr. most likely is going to be at the probably the 3. Paul George, and I feel like Paul George and Caleb Oubre Jr. can switch out just depending on who they're playing up for matchup reasons. I do feel like Paul George the better defender and a better 2-way player than Kelly Oubre Jr. And when it goes into matchups wise, that's going to go into the positions and how they want to play that. But they got to figure out with Caleb Martin, Eric Gordon, and Jared McCain. Do I think Jared McCain is going to get some good run? Yes. Do I think he might start? I believe they might start Jared McCain. It depends how practice go. He's looking good in NBA Summer League. Oh, I need to get into NBA Summer League also. But he looked good in the NBA Summer League. And Jared McCain, like he can be a great rookie for them, and he could have, I wouldn't say a breakout season because he's a rookie, but as it goes down and progresses in Philly and stays healthy, I think Jared McCain is going to be a very great player and is going to be in the conversations. He might be, I was going to say he's going to be the Rookie of the Year conversation, but no, not on Philly. Not on Philly. I don't think he'd be in Rookie of the Year conversation just because Philly's way too deep. That's more like Alex Sarr and, man, what's the rookie name that Atlanta got? I know who he is. I just blanking on his name right now. Atlanta Hawks first pick. I'm about to butcher his name. We're just gonna say Zachary Richard. I butcher your name and I apologize. But we're just gonna say Zach. Zach was Atlanta Hawks first pick. He'll be in there. He'll be in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Alex Sarr for the Detroit Pistons. He'll be in there also. Biasy. I'm gonna go ahead and say, y'all know how I am. I'm gonna speak biasy. Doc Connect for the Lakers. I'm going to put him in there. Like I said, straight biasy. But going back to Philly, I just think they got some questions to figure out for them to be in that 2 spot. But the same thing with the Knicks, like it can go back and forth. But if they don't figure out no questions, then I think they rightfully belong in that 3 spot. The Knicks gonna do what they did last year and take that 2 spot. And somebody still got to beat out Boston because Boston is still a very good team. Not too many changes. Great team chemistry. The 3 players that's on the Team USA looking good. Jaylen Brown, like he taking care of himself. Mental health looking good. He'll probably be back in the gym. Also, there was one thing Jaylen Brown said Bronny is not a pro to him, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But going into the Knicks are like, okay. My biggest thing about the New York Knicks is I just wish. Dang, I'm blanking on names right now. J. Julius Randle. I kind of wish that I don't want to say they got rid of Randle, but I kind of wish they got rid of Randle. And the reason I said it is, and I always say this for every single player, players step up when other players go down. And with, like, perfect example, when Harden left, Maxey became into Maxey. Now, when Randle got injured, Brunson was hooping. And to me, it showed, like, it kind of seemed like it was Randle's team at first, but you can kind of tell right now this is Brunson's team. The Villanova boys are back. And it's like, they're kind of deep too. That is a deep team. Even with the players they had last year that wasn't really big names, they showed they was like can be some big time players in big time moments. I kind of wish they did keep Isaiah Hartenstein, but they didn't. It is what it is. He got paid. They made OKC better, so I'm okay with that. But it's just the thing with Randle, and the reason with Randle I'm trying to say is like he can sometimes either like take the shine from Brunson or mess things up. I feel like Randle hoop and that team could just have good team chemistry with Julius Randle. They should be two. If Philadelphia can't figure out their questions, Philadelphia's going to be 3. And let's just take a quick look at that Knicks roster. Brunson, Randle, OG Anunoby, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson. If Mitchell Robinson do need to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, they'd be good also. Precious Achiuwa, he's still a free agent, but he'll probably go back with the Knicks. Miles McBride, Josh Hart. Like, that's a very good team for them, and they're deep. Like, and they're going to be playing some crazy minutes, and they should win games. I'm just not, like I said, the only team I'm not convinced on at all is the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, that team is not convinced. Like, at this point, if they can't figure it out, they got to start worrying about teams like Cleveland and the Magic. And the Magic took Cleveland to a 7-game series. Like, that still shot me in my head. Like, Cleveland can sometimes be such a disappointment. And we can't forget about the Pacers. They made it to Eastern Conference Finals. So the Bucks got some questions, or they won't be in that 4th spot. They should be in that 4, but they got some questions to figure out before we can go any deeper than talking about the top 3 with the Knicks and with the Boston Celtics. Getting into the Western Conference side of things, the biggest one I want to talk about is DeMar DeRozan to the Kings. Now, man, I wanted DeMar DeRozan with the Lakers, but DeMar DeRozan do fit with the Kings way better, and that helps out Sabonis. It helps out De'Aaron Fox, and I think, like, mind you, they didn't make it to the playoffs, but they got to the play-in tournament. They're one key piece away, and I think DeMar helps with that key piece. That's a good big 3, especially with like how the West looking right now. Top 3, top 5 in the West should be OKC, Timberwolves. This is no order. OKC, Timberwolves, Nuggets right now is a free agent loser, but they still have a team put together, so they'll be in there. Why am I feel like I'm missing a very important team? Nuggets, Timberwolves, Mavs, the Thunder. I'm not even going to say the Lakers. As of right now, I'm just not going to say the Lakers. I'm going to leave my bias aside. I'm not going to say the Lakers. But teams like that, the Kings are in there. You guys still worry about teams like the Pelicans and etc. But the Kings are definitely in that conversation, and they can definitely make some shape with DeMar DeRozan. Let's look at that Kings roster. DeMar DeRozan, Domantas Sabonis, Malik Monk, Keon Ellis was looking good. They still got Keegan Murray also. That team is good. That team is gonna be A-OK in my books. And as long as that team stay healthy too, and DeMar Rose don't act like a brand new person, they should be okay. They'll be. I want to say they top 5 or top 3 because you still got Klay Thompson fitting very well with the Mavs. We'll get into that next, but they definitely be in that top 6 conversation. Klay Thompson with the Mavs, he fits very well with that. Also, spot up shooter with 3. Get back to own that 31 jersey is so not it. It's still not it. It's still not it. But as we get along, that team will get better and better. They one piece away too. The Nuggets losing KCP is just a big problem for me because like they haven't got nowhere else. They run at Russell Westbrook, but haven't got him. It's just a lot of things. Like some teams just got to figure out, and like the Lakers are a big one also. So like it's many things with the NBA, and like we'll get to that. And I've been dropping like small clips of the podcast episode and like other topics too. The podcast episode that was originally supposed to be episode 13 had technical difficulties, but I did get some clips from that full episode and made that into smaller clips and posted that on YouTube. So make sure y'all checking those out, and then check out the full episode also. But we're gonna get more into the NBA. I might make some more smaller clips for the NBA too, just to be more precise on certain teams and again to look deeper about how I feel with them, the organization, the deep playoff push. Can they be championship contenders? Because as of right now, you can kind of see who's championship contender. I feel like the Mavs can go back. The East is very clear of who the top 4 should be. Like I said, I'm very skeptical of that 4th spot with the Bucks. The West, always a dogfight. I don't know what it is about OKC. But the changes, they're good changes. I'm just not convinced. I got to see our team play. But we're going to see how that team and how the NBA for that goes. And we'll get more into that also. Alright, so now we get into the NFL, and I got some big news that dropped today, but we're going to wait a little later in the conversation. But one thing I wanted to do in the original episode 13, but because of technical difficulty, that did not happen, and that did not get posted, I wanted to rank every division, or not division, I wanted to predict of who will come first in their division and who will come last in their division. So starting off with the NFC, and we're going to start off with the NFC North. We got the Bears, the Lions, the Packers, and the Vikings. Now, all right, okay? Listen. Full bias, I want to put the Bears last. I want to put the Vikings third. And the reason I want to put the Vikings third is because I think J.J. McCarthy is going to... I know how a lot of y'all going to be as soon as I say that name. But I think J.J. McCarthy can be Rookie of the Year. And I also think he's going to have a C.J. Stroud-like year. The reason I say this is, like, a lot of people be hating on McCarthy, but y'all have to understand, he took Michigan, which should have been the number 1 team most of that year, but they kept, I ain't going to say that word, but they kept not giving Michigan number 1 spot. They should have been number 1 team for most of that year because they played like number 1 team, they act like number 1 team. Georgia, Ohio State, or whoever else number 1 shouldn't really be number 1, but it's all good. And he led his team to a national championship. Mind you, I'm a Bama fan. We lost to this Michigan team. Michigan went and won the national championship. Come on, bro. Come on. And who led that? J.J. McCarthy. But just to be real, and the way that Bears team is looking, they did what they were supposed to do for Caleb Williams. They should have did it for Justin Fields, but it is what it is. Excuse me. We got Justin Fields now, so I'm not but tripping. But I'm going to put the Vikings last. I'm going to put the Bears third. That kind of hurts saying. But, man, Packers, great year. Jordan Love had a great year. I think he's going to keep... they could have beat the 49ers if Jordan Love had a little more experience. I think they lost that game because of experience. So Jordan Love, I think he have another phenomenal year. They got Josh Jacobs as the running back. They got a run game too. So I think the Packers are going to be okay. So I'm going to put them second. I'm going to put I'm going to put the Lions first. The Lions, under, I really want to put them boys in front of, oh my God. I want to put the Lions in front of the 49ers so bad. But that coaching decisions, oh, okay, I'm not going to get mad again. I'm not going to get mad again. But one should be Eagles, two 49ers, three Lions. The Lions are going to win their division. I'm full confident in that. The Lions are going to win their division. I really want them to go to the Super Bowl. I really want them to go to the Super Bowl so bad. They should have went last year. Oh my God. They should have went last year. I said I was going to get mad, but bump that. They should have went last year. The Lions should have went to the Super Bowl last year if they don't make them stupid play calls. I know you live by the call, you die by the call. That's your coaching style. Cool. But you got to know when to kick the field goal or just win the ball game, man. Win the ball game. You're this close to going to the Super Bowl, and decisions you made cost your team. Just kick the field goal, make the right calls, and go about your day, and you go to the Super Bowl. Mind you, you might would have lost to the Super Bowl because of the Kansas City Chiefs. But you go to the Super Bowl, you play the Chiefs, you beat them the first game of the season. The first game of the season could have been the last game of the season. But no, you want to make that stupid play call. Shh. Don't get me started. Yeah, so 1 Lions, 2 Packers, 3 Bears, 4 Vikings. NFC East, this is easy. I like Jay McDaniels. I like him so much. Oh, pause. Pause. I like Jay McDaniels as a player. That's my other. That's like if JJ McCarthy don't win, I hope he win Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Giants just got questions also, especially like losing your player to a division rival. It just, all right. Last is going to be the Giants, then the Commanders, then the Cowboys. Cowboys, they could win their division, but at the same time, don't trust the Cowboys. Well, no, they played great in the regular season. It's the playoffs, they're shaky. But the Eagles hurts. They just don't got a center no more. They lost Jason Kelsey. Yeah, but Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown. That offense is deadly, and I still think that defense is a good defense. So that would be Eagles are 1, Cowboys are 2, Redskins are, Commanders are 3, and the Giants are 4. NFC South, so this is a pretty interesting. I think Bryce Young is going to have a better season, a comeback season, but I'm still going to put the Panthers last. I'm going to put the Saints 3. That's like no arguable. Like compared to the Bucks and the Falcons, I think that's like pretty easy. Who's 3 and 4 and who's 1 and 2. Now 1 and 2 is a little harder. Kirk Cousins coming into play, as long as he play good. Like last year, the reason Kirk Cousins is not the reason the Vikings was losing. I can comfortably say that. So as long as he played how he's supposed to play, they should be good. So I think the Falcons will be 1. Either the Bucks went to the playoffs, beat or hurt Eagles, but hey, you won, fair and square. I'm not finna take that from you. I think the Bucks will come too. NFC West, this is interesting also. If the Rams stay healthy, they'll be good also. The Cardinals, gotta stay healthy also. Marvin Harrison Jr., I feel like he's gonna be pretty good too. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put the Cardinals last, Rams 3rd, Seahawks 2. That anybody under the 49ers, that can go either way. That all can go either way. But I'm gonna say, Cardinals last, Rams 3rd, biasy, Seahawks are 2nd, 49ers are 1st. I'm gonna say the AFC North for last. AFC West, okay, this is easy. Raiders last, Chargers 3. Oh, my bad. I'm all wrong. Broncos last, Raiders 3, Chargers 2, Chiefs 1. I really don't got like no reason for that. I think that should be self-explanatory, to be honest. Unless like you're a fan of that team. I think that's. AFC South, this gets tricky. So Texans are guaranteed one. Titans, Colts, Jaguars. The Colts do get Anthony Richardson back. They do get Anthony Richardson back. The Jaguars can be sketchy at times. Alright, I'm going to put the Jaguars second, Colts third, but those two are interchangeable. Colts can be second, Jaguars can be third. So, like, I got them two going, like, 2 and 3. As the season get closer, I'll see, like, how that goes. But I do have the Titans last. Defense. Offense has looked good at times, but defense, I don't know. That team as a whole. AFC East, all right, this where this is get interesting. Last is New England Patriots. New England Patriots is coming last. I don't care what y'all say. That team is just not the same. They're going to be last. So this is what get interesting, right? We got the Jets with Aaron Rodgers coming back, the Dolphins, and the Bills. The Bills not have a number one receiver no more, the number two receiver no more, and they basically got rid of their whole entire defense. They pretty much all they got is their quarterback. So my thing is, why would I put them like very high if that's really all they got? So the Bills, as of right now, is going to be 3. The Jets, with Aaron Rodgers back, I got them at 2. If Aaron Rodgers stay healthy, I know he comes off a torn Achilles, but if he stay healthy, sky's the limit for that team. And then we got the Dolphins coming in at 1. Now, here we go. I might make some people mad with this one. But for the AFC North, easy. Steelers, Ravens, Bengals, Browns. Simple. Simple. Y'all know how I feel about Steelers. Biasy, all you want. The Steelers won. We're like 7-1 against the Ravens. Not stunning them. They can take it at 2. Now, 3 and 4 really could be switched with the Browns and the Bengals. The Bengals just got a lot to figure out, and the Browns just don't trust them. But yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Bengals being 3. I'm cool with Browns being 4. Like I said, especially with the way Myles Garrett plays, they get Deshaun Watson back too. They face some injuries too. They can be 3. And the Bengals. Okay, I'm gonna put the Bengals 4. The Bengals just get hurt way too much. They got some stuff to figure out too. I don't want to keep them at 3. I'm gonna keep them at 3 and be Browns 4. But that's interchangeable too. That can be very interchangeable. But that's how I got the divisions for the NFL going on right now and who I predict. We're going to see as the season get closer. And y'all let me know, is my list valid or do y'all think it's going to be a little different when season come around? Or who do y'all got 1, 2, 3, and 4? Getting into the big news of the NFL. Getting into the big news of the NFL, Bradon Aiyuk has requested a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers has said they have no intentions on trading Aiyuk, but let me just tell y'all now. So number 1 is going to be the Commanders. The Commanders are going for him. Aiyuk has said that he want to play for the Commanders. If not the Commanders, he want to play for the Steelers. Now, a lot of Steelers fans don't really want him. I do want him. But they just said the money and stuff. He say, she say. Now, my fits for Aiyuk. I do think the Commanders is a great fit for Aiyuk. He like Jaden Daniels. They got some team chemistry going on right there. He will be the number 1 receiver. So I think he will be good going to the Commanders. And that made the Commanders so much better as a team. And the chances of Jaden Daniels being Offensive Rookie of the Year go up so much. Like, the Commanders are just missing a few pieces. They have a lot to figure out, but they're missing a few pieces to be a team like, okay, especially in the NFC, yeah, we cool with that. They can make some shake. You feel me? So I think if he do go to the Commanders, that is a great fit. I think the Commanders is a better fit for him than the Steelers. Even though that been his top 2, I do think that's a better fit. But for the Steelers, as a Steelers fan, I do want them. We have Roman Wilson, George Pickens, and Bradon Aiyuk. My chances of winning that division and Super Bowl contenders, like, y'all can keep laughing at me and y'all can keep saying, like, bro, they're not doing it. It's not happening. Hey, let's get Bradon Aiyuk. let us get him at a reasonable price or trade too. Oh my God, it is over. And another thing is, we have the money. We have it because we got Justin Fields for like, even though I'm not complaining, we did get him for like a bag of chips. Not like the good kind too, like a bag of like plain chips. Not even like delayed, just a bag of plain chips. And maybe a piece of gum, to be honest with you. And with Russell Wilson, y'all know how that is. We won that. So we have the money to get him, and I do think he will go along with George Pickens. I don't think that messes up the chemistry. I do think if we have two wide receivers, Aiyuk, and he's a great blocker. Bro, I love Aiyuk as a receiver. But Aiyuk, in my opinion, is the best wide receiver run blocker there is. You can catch and you can run block. And he can block for the screens. Man, get us Bradon Aiyuk. We're going to the playoffs. We're getting out the first round. That's my biggest thing. Let's get out the first round. We got the first round, then we'll get really into the Super Bowl talks. We'll get into the Super Bowl talks for real. But I feel like Bradon Aiyuk and them teams, that's what fits best for him. And would be the Commanders first and then with the Steelers. But is there anybody else that would fit really good? Let me see. So I don't think this is gonna happen, but just listen to other teams. I think the Bills would be good, especially with Keon Coleman being a rookie. I think the Bills would be good. Get you the number one receiver. Who else we got? Not the Vikings. Packers. That'd be a good fit. I don't see him in that green and gold, but that'd be a good fit. Giants. Nobody in their division. Nobody in the 49ers division. Maybe the Cardinals, but they won't trade him to the Cardinals. Panthers, I could see that. Saints, nah. Chris Olave there too. Nah. Falcons, I think they're good. Maybe the Broncos. There's some teams that could use a wide receiver one or just a really good receiver. But I think the Commanders and the Steelers are the best fit for Bradon Aiyuk. So in one of my more recent videos, it was labeled, "Are the Pittsburgh Steelers top 5 in AFC?" I was talking about how Russell Wilson, I'm okay with Russell Wilson over some other quarterbacks, and how the Pittsburgh Steelers are doubted on, but they can be top 5 in the AFC, and they really realistically are top 5 in the AFC. So we had to one of the comments. Shout out to at useful preconceived notions. He was saying it's a lot, so I'm not going to like read the whole thing, but he was like, what does it mean I'm okay with having Russell Wilson? So let me tell y'all, right? I said it a lot in the last video, but it's all good. Russell Wilson started to get his groove last year with Denver. If they didn't get Vince, they might be making not a playoff run, but probably be in the competition to get to the playoffs and get way more wins. Russell Wilson is not prime Russell Wilson, but his work ethic is a way better boost than some of the past quarterbacks we done had since Big Ben. We also got Justin Fields behind Russell Wilson too. But with Russell Wilson, he looks good. He can play good. All we need is a little bit, not even all his prime, a little bit of his prime. And he, especially surrounded with his Steelers team. What did he really have in Denver? What did Russell Wilson have in Denver to be like, oh, Russell Wilson is this and that? Yeah, he looked bad. He was getting yelled at by a lot of teammates. But what did Russell Wilson have in Denver? The Pittsburgh Steelers are way better than the Denver Broncos. Let's get out of the way now. The Pittsburgh Steelers are way better than the Denver Broncos. Off real. Defensive-wise, offensive-wise, talent-wise, coaching-wise, they're way better. And he was talking about how Russell Wilson 25% passes behind line scrimmage, kills drives. He was talking about how great lack of analysis. See, listen here, buddy. No, I was just playing. But Russell Wilson, yes, he had his lows, but it's his lows with, I ain't gonna say trash. You can call the Broncos a trash team, but at the same time, it's just not. Well, he was starting to look good because Russell's getting the offense going. They're not a good team. As of right now, they're not a good team. They didn't make the playoffs, so you can say that. They're not a good team. The Pistons made the playoffs. They're a better team than Broncos. He's surrounded with way more. And you also base him off a team in the O-line that wasn't very good. So you basing Russell Wilson on what he was doing in the Broncos. And, like, we go back to them Seahawks days. That wasn't too long ago. Y'all go like the Seahawks days was ancient. Wasn't too long ago. He was cooking. When there's Wilson, there's a way. Straight like that. And shout out to, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, Puerto Rican. He was defending Russ. The average quarterback rushes for about 179 per yard season in a full season. Russ rushed for 341 yards in 15 games last year on mostly non-design runs. Like I was saying, Russ is cooking. Like, Russ can still do it. He can still have a great season. He can still take the Steelers somewhere. He's just surrounded by not so good talent, and that's with a lot of quarterbacks. So like I said, it's all good. Keep doubting the Steelers. When Russ get the cooking, I don't want y'all on the bandwagon. I want y'all this. And we have some great teams we play against this year that Russ can prove, yeah, he's the quarterback for the Steelers probably because he is on the older side. Not the older side, but he ain't getting no younger. Next 2 to 3 years, then Justin Fields take over. Like, bro, we're going to be good to go. Hey, man, thank y'all for watching the podcast. And make sure y'all follow all the socials at Cole from Low. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all leave a comment. And make sure y'all subscribe to at Cole from the Low. Appreciate y'all.